you're gonna be able to use it. But if you lose your language translation book, you're not going to be able to use that.
Fair
So, look, we hope that people don't lose their phone. Lots of this information is readily available on the internet, but we mobilise it and wrap it around your itinerary so it's smarter. It adds more value to the traveller, and I guess you don't want to be sitting on a beach in Phuket and having to log on to the internet cafe to check whether a tsunami's coming. We'll let you know.
Okay. How much does the service cost?
We wholesale it to travel agencies and so forth, and retail price starts from about $25.95 for up to a 4-week coverage.
Okay. So let's go back to the beginnings. How did you identify the gap in the market and the need for such a product?
Simple ideas are often the best, as people talk about. We was at a barbecue and people were talking about the Bali bombings, and then my phone went off as an SMS, and I connected the two. Then what we really did was put the strategy around it and wrapped it around an industry with a whole host of features, and that CRM sort of component really did a lot of analysis across the whole travel industry, and refined the product from there.
Okay. How do you defer yourself to other services out there? You did mention that there are other services, especially online. Already, you can have your Qantas sending you a text message saying, if you've got a delayed flight. So what makes Travel Messenger different to other potential services out there?
Sure. It's funny you say that. A number of people I know that are frequent flyers with Qantas, because you have to be a frequent flyer member to get those alerts, often don't get them when they should.
Okay.
But I guess we're airline agnostic. You can fly Melbourne to Bangkok on Qantas and Bangkok to London on Thai. But we monitor all your airlines, all your departures, so it's not, you don't just have to be with Qantas. So we give you choice.
Okay. Plenty more to talk about, and I want to talk about your experiences pre-Travel Messenger. Mark, let's talk about how the business has grown. When did it start, and how does it look now?
Sure. The business has been around about 2.5, 3 years. Initially, it was born doing my MBA at Melbourne Business School in Melbourne, and we knocked it into shape. 2.5 years, first we did prototypes, and we did some market testing of those prototypes and got feedback from customers. And then the business development process with the major retail travel agency chains here took quite a period of time.
Okay. The technology took 2 years to develop. So how important is the technology? And I guess what's so special about it, given that it took so long to develop? Or is 2 years long for this type of technology?
We actually don't see ourselves as a tech play per se. We're really a marketing CRM play that happens to use some clever technology that we developed. 2 years, I guess, as I mentioned, not all of that was spent on technology. It was really protracted business development processes with the likes of Harvey World and the Stella Group, who I noticed were on the news today. These things just take time, and it's a massive sort of logistical thing to roll out to 1,500 stores.
Okay.
So lots of planning went into it.
Given that logistics are quite great, what kind of challenges did you face along the way?
I guess it's interesting for an early stage company. Funding or consistent funding is always something that you have to manage, and I guess Australians generally are very conservative investors, and they prefer to drip feed you consistently over that period of time, and meet certain milestones, but you can't do any long-term planning. So that was probably one of our biggest challenges.
How was the business funded then initially?
Initially with friends, families, and fools, as they call it, and then we went out and sort of got further investors and more sophisticated investors. We're actually doing a funding round at the moment as well, an expansion round. So that's how it worked.
Okay. You mentioned trialling the product. There was a market trial, I think, in 2006. How did that trial work?
We integrated with travel.com.au and gave it away to about 500 travellers.
So a freebie to start off with?
Freebie.
Okay.
And we got lots of feedback, tweaked the product.
In what ways did you tweak it?
We reduced some of the quantity of messages. We introduced a stop feature, so if you wanted to take a break from the world, you could. So lots of refinement.
Were all these things stuff that you had thought of initially but just didn't implement, or you only discovered these type of new ways to change the business after you did the trial?
A bit of both. I think it's a great discovery process for us to uncover new features. Yeah, it all takes time, more thinking.
Okay. So I guess in any business, trialling a product or a new product, I guess, new technologies is of key importance, as you found out.
Definitely. Big on market research. We did lots of market research, lots of testing to really get it right.
Okay. On your board, you've got some interesting and quite prominent travel businessmen on there. Run us through who you've got on there and how you managed to attract them.